Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 2. In the last episode, we completed the first level in the game, we got our first crystal, our first clear gem, and our blue gem. And in this episode, we are heading into Snow Go, which as you can see also has a crystal and 2 gems. This is our first ice-themed level, which are pretty cool in this game. So, right off the bat, we have the return of TNTs here, which we have to break because they count towards the box limit. Or what? The box limit? What? That was totally not the right word. We also have penguins. Yeah, but what I was trying to say is the TNT boxes still count towards the box count, and we need to collect all of them to get the gem. You'll notice that some levels you won't be able to collect all of the boxes right away, because sometimes there will be a gem path for a colored gem that you don't have at that moment, so we'll see more of that later. And that actually blew up the box. That was really convenient. Ice physics in this game are kind of screwy, because it's the momentum on them is kind of weird. It's like sometimes you will slide and then you jump and land, and for some reason you keep your momentum, which is... It doesn't really make much sense when I say it, but when you see it, or when you play it, it actually makes a lot more sense. By the way, this is something that I have not mentioned yet, but if you... Oh wow, that was my first death, and it was completely unnecessary. Something that I wanted to say, if you wanna play along here, and if you haven't played this game yet, or it's a game from your childhood that you want to play again, you can actually get it for like €5 or dollars. I'm pretty sure it's like the same wherever you are, and you can get this game on the PlayStation Network, which is what I've done. I highly recommend doing it. So you might see, well, of course you see a red gem over there, and I'm pretty sure you can glitch your way up there if you try really hard. I've seen it done, but we're supposed to get that later, so I'm not gonna get that right now. See, now I'm actually starting to be a little bit more cautious, because I was just breezing through the levels, and then suddenly I died. I didn't expect that to happen. I think for these boxes we actually need to... Oh right, this is another move I haven't shown you. If you hold the triangle button, you can crouch and you can crawl around. But another thing you can do, if you jump while doing it, you do a high jump, which you can use to reach some high up boxes. But I think that should do it for that bonus section. Let's see. Still have all the normal exclamation mark boxes that the first game had. And I will take your extra hit, because I will probably need it. Don't forget to go back here, because that's where you get your green exclamation mark box. And don't hit that penguin while he's spinning, because that's a bad idea. I'm pretty sure they're invulnerable when they're spinning. Or at least they're invulnerable to spinning when they're spinning. I think you can still jump on them. Or maybe they're not. Somehow I remembered them to be invincible. I don't know what's up with that. Also, if you jump really high here, you can't really see it, but there is actually an exclamation mark box up there. Well, now you can see it. And you can use it to get these last 2 boxes, and I think that should do it. That should give us all the boxes, doesn't it? Oh, that was unintentional, but still cool. 74, that should be all of them, yep. It's like... For some reason, for some of these levels, I actually remember the exact number of boxes. That's how many times I've played this game. Like I said, I pretty much know this game like the back of my hand. So, and it's been a little while since I've played, but I should still be pretty okay at this game. I'm not nearly as bad at this as I was at the last game. I feel like in that game sometimes we just made no progress and all we did was die. Also, I can't remember the name of this level. Hang 8. That's what it is. These are kind of like the river levels from Crash 1. Which I can't remember if we saw any more than 2 of those. I thought there were more in that game, because I remember saying something like that. That clock in the bottom there, we're probably not gonna worry about that right now. Because I'm already being way too slow. Basically what that means is that is for the second gem that we saw. Because this level also has 2 gems, and in order to get the second one, you actually have to get to the end of the level within the time limit. The time limit actually does start the moment you get into the level. However, you don't see the clock until you reach the first checkpoint. I don't really know why they decided to do that, but I guess it works. And let's try to get out of there before that TNT blows up. And I think we're good. I would appreciate some lives, even though I probably don't need them. I generally get up to 99 lives when I play this game, which is the max you can get. I mean, we're already up to 20 lives, and this is only the 3rd level of the game. Now, right here is an example of what I was talking about. This will lead us into a gem path, and, well, as you can see, in order to get into it, you need the blue gem from the 1st level. Sometimes there will be like a hidden gem in these, and sometimes it will be just boxes. This one is going to be just boxes. These paths here are generally a bit harder than the main paths, but overall they're not really too bad. I mean, it's only the 3rd level, so really, what do you expect? It's going to get much harder though. This game does have some levels that are really tricky later on. It's mainly for the 100%, the 100%ing part of it though, because just playing through the game, the levels aren't too hard, I find, but if you're gonna 100% the game, there are some levels that are brutal to get all the boxes in. Even though you're allowed to die in this game, some of the levels still have really hard to get boxes, or sometimes it's just paths you have to take in really weird ways, and I guess it'll all make sense later. So let's just get the last of the boxes on this path here. For the longest time, I did not actually visit this path, because the blue gem was one of the gems that I could never find on my own. And I don't know why, because the game hints at you where it is, by basically telling you get no boxes on the 1st level. I guess I assumed that it was a glitch or something, but no, it is actually what you need to do to get the blue gem. So there's our crystal. I'm pretty sure that took us back exactly where we started, so I actually probably should have gone back for just to see and to make sure that we actually have all the boxes. Because sometimes the gem paths, when you get out of them, they will put you further ahead in the level, and you'll actually have to backtrack to get some of the boxes. I don't think that's the case in this one though. Oh well. I guess I could have been a little less careless there. And we got our gem. And let me just grab a drink here, because I know there's another cutscene coming up. And there we go. 3 crystals, 4 gems.
3 crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
So basically, when we're done with this warp room here, but there's actually more for us to do in this level. As I was saying, you can actually get another gem in here if you beat the game within if you beat the game within a certain time limit. Yes. No, we're not doing the speed run here. If you beat the level within a certain time, you actually get another gem. And I don't really know why I hit that checkpoint, because now we basically have to do everything in one life, so I want to say this is the game that started encouraging speedrunning in the series, but I think Crash Bandicoot 3 is actually the game that started the whole speedrunning thing. Because that's when they actually like started giving you stuff for beating levels fast. Other than, I think there's 2 levels in this game that actually have the speedrunning part in it. There's one, and then there's another river type level like this later, where they also have a speed challenge. Let's just get through as fast as we can, and with about 15 seconds to spare, we should be done here. Yep, did that on my first try. And we have our gem. And I'm thinking maybe I can do another level. Maybe, maybe not. Well, I think if we just do another level, then we can do the 5th level on the boss in the next episode. So let's head into the pits. That sounds promising. I believe this is the first level where they're going to introduce a split path. Basically, just like Crash Bandicoot 1, they're going to have split paths along in certain levels, and a lot of them, this one isn't too bad, but a lot of the split paths later on in the game are really, really hard. I believe they also introduce a different mechanic to us that we have not seen yet, and I guess we'll get into that as we go. So far, this level isn't too bad. The difficulty is also a bit less weird than it was in the first game. Like in the first game, you had some levels that were really long and hard, and then all of a sudden you had like a really easy level in between. This game basically balances it out a lot better, and I believe we have to go left first. We could technically go right, but there's a reason why I want to go left. Because on the right path there will actually be some of those transparent boxes, and the exclamation mark box to make those visible is actually right there. And I guess there wasn't much that I could do about that bird. I was trying to jump out of the way, but he snuck up on me. Eventually, I think I want to backtrack through this path. Because basically my options are I could backtrack through this one, or I could backtrack. Yeah, why can I not say the word backtrack? I could basically also backtrack through the right part, but in this part I've been taking out all the enemies, so it'll be a bit easier for me to go back here. Let's get a life. Because it shouldn't be too bad. There's also not too many pits here. I remember the right side having more pits than this one. Which is actually kind of ironic, considering the name of the level. I guess I didn't take you out. Or you. I should have been better about taking out enemies, I guess. I better be careful now, because I don't want to die. Though we should be back at the start here. There will be 2 more pits, and I think then we're in the clear. Yep. Now I just have to make sure I don't die on this path. But since we're not walking backwards anymore, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Unless these things kill me, which I hope they don't. Oh! I forgot if you slide into them, they flip over, and you don't actually kill them right away, like if you spin. But now that we've hit a checkpoint, everything should be fine. We should be able to get through the rest of this level pretty easily. Yeah, that's why I tend to do the left path first. And I mean, you could probably also go through here and then just backtrack through here to get the exclamation mark box. Really, in a lot of the levels where they have these split paths, they introduce different ways. There's different ways you could do it. And let's just completely skip over that, because why not? I don't feel like fighting rats today. And I wanted to hit that while I was... Oh, I guess I destroyed it without bringing it up. Those metal-plated boxes, or... Well, I guess that's what they are. Those metal-plated boxes you can only destroy by using that body slam on them. And we have some clear boxes over there that I would like to get. And we have these. This is kind of tricky. What I like to do is I like to jump on the first one and on the last one. And I didn't hit all of those. This is actually like one of the first trickier bonus sections to do. And then what I like to do is I like to jump on the middle one here. And then once we go back, they should all break. 2 more lives, nice. And we should break them all now. There we go. Yeah, with those kind of things, it's basically like there's going to be a lot of box jumping in these bonus sections, and it's just a matter of trying to figure out like the timing and, well, not the timing, but like how many jumps it takes, especially with like those darker crates that give you multiple Wumpa fruits if you keep jumping on them. It's a good idea to kind of know when those break. Like, normally if you just keep jumping on them, they'll give you 10. But if you jump on them and then go away and then jump on them again, they will actually just, like, break on the first one, just like that. Or, actually, I don't really know how those work, because sometimes you can jump on them more than one time after that, and they'll... Okay, I'm just rambling at this point. The point is, I don't know how those boxes work, but it's a good idea to figure out how they... to kind of have an idea of how they work. So, I think that will do it for this episode. In the next one, we will head into Crash Dash, and we will be facing our first boss. Until then, thanks for watching.